I have made $303,000 last year in trading alone. Now, for some context, I've been trading for 11 years now. God, I feel old. I originally went to college for finance, graduated, got my degree, and was thinking about going into investment banking. You know, the whole typical college route. But then something pivotal happened in my life. Something so monumental. Something that completely altered the direction I wanted to go. I watched The Wolf of Wall Street. So the 18-year-old version of myself said, hey, that seems pretty cool. I want to try that. So I said, fuck working in a cubicle the rest of my life. Why would I do that when there's stock trading? I instantly got hooked, and I quickly realized I could make just as much money from trading, if not more, than a quote-unquote real job. So I thought. Then reality hit. When I first started trading, I was terrible. Like actually, I was absolute garbage. For the first 3 years, I didn't make a single cent from trading. Absolutely nothing. Actually, I was losing money. And I could only imagine if I found a video exactly like this one, where I had a mentor teaching me step by step on how to go about trading and actually make a career out of it. You know, some young Padawan type shit. Because then I could have not only learned a lot more from the beginning, but I could have also skipped those 3 negative years and instantly improved my learning curve right from the start and not make all the stupid mistakes I made in the beginning. So let's get straight to it.
I once asked Warren Buffett, why don't more people copy your investment strategy? It's not that difficult to understand in principle. And he said, oh, Jeff, that's easy. My approach is a get rich slowly scheme. People don't like those. But there's a lot of truth in that for everything, which is if you can think in terms of 7 years instead of 3 years,
right,
and you can defer gratification and think long term, that will give you a head start against all of your competitors, because most people can't do that.
One thing I always like to tell traders is that this whole building wealth game is a marathon, not a sprint. You have to have a long-term mentality, which 99% of people don't really have. And the reasoning behind that is YouTube. YouTube has helped destroy the mindset of millions of profitable traders. They see the YouTuber flexing their Lamborghinis, buying fancy watches, and making hundreds of thousands of dollars in a day, making stupid amounts of money in a short period of time. Now, don't get me wrong, it can definitely get to that point, but you have to understand, this is not the norm. This only happens if you have large amounts of capital to begin with. You see, there might be a month where you make 5%, which realistically, 5% in a month is a huge number. Now, if you think 5% is not a huge number, your mindset is already massively misaligned. That is because you are not thinking of this game from a long-term perspective. You are thinking of it from a point where you currently are in the short term. Now, I completely get it. Say if we have 2 traders, Trader A and Trader B. Trader A is trading with only $100. 5% of $100 is absolute garbage for Trader A. You only made $5. Great, enough to buy a coffee. Trader B is trading with $1 million. Well, now that 5% is $50,000. $50,000 in a month is pretty damn good. Trader A and Trader B took the exact same trade, the exact same amount of risk, the exact same amount of percent in returns, and even more frustrating, did the exact same amount of work, but Trader B nearly made $50,000 more than Trader A. So seeing this, Trader A thinks they need to risk more of their money to get higher and faster returns like Trader B, because they want that Lamborghini now.
I want it now!
And $5 in returns is not gonna cut it, which by doing this, they end up doing 3 catastrophic things that kill their portfolio. They end up raising their risk, lowering their entry standards, and most importantly, rush the process, which will eventually end up biting them in the butt and getting them in the process you're likely in now of lose money, make money, lose money, make money, lose money, make money, and consistently stay in the exact same spot, or even worse, start going negative, which in return keeps them in the exact same cycle, the cycle of a losing trader. Now, the good thing is we can get you out of that cycle, but in order to get you out of that cycle, you first have to understand big profit target expectations are literally killing your performance potential. Now, say if you're trading with $1,000, if we target only 5% a month, 5% of $1,000 is $50 a month. Again, if you're trading with only $1,000 right now, this may seem completely pointless to you. $50 is absolutely nothing and will not pay pay the bills. Even worse, it'll not buy the Lamborghini. But say if we raise your account balance to $100,000. 5% of $100,000 is $5,000 per month. 5% of $500,000 is $25,000 per month. 5% of $1 million is $50,000 per month. And this brings me to my next point. Why does it seem like the rich traders get richer and the poor traders stay poor? Because the rich traders don't have to target high percentages to make a ton of money. They don't have to risk a lot to get a lot. So they can stay in the game a lot longer with a lot less risk and still make exceptionally good returns. Now, you might be sitting there thinking,
well, thanks TradingLab. It's pretty obvious the more money you have, the more money you'll make.
But that's not the point I'm trying to make. You have to understand the profitable traders that are making all of this money have a very long-term mindset. Let me blow your mind real quick. Even if you're only starting with $1,000 right now, $1,000, then target it again, say 5% a month, which even 5% a month is still pretty high, but we'll go with it for this example. 5% with $1,000 is $50 the first month, which again is probably absolute garbage to you. But if you made 5% every single month starting with only $1,000 and kept reinvesting that money in your next trades, do you know how much you would have in the end if you consistently did that for 20 years? You would have 121 million. 121 million in 20 years, getting only 5% a month, starting with only $1,000. If that doesn't open up your eyes, I don't know what will. You don't need to be going for home runs. You need to be going for base hits. The point I'm trying to get in your head is 5% may seem like a small amount now, and it probably is a small amount now. But if you consistently do it and keep your snowball intact, the compounding of that 5% can do absolute wonders. So don't think about the $50, think about the 5%.
But this next tip makes the last one look like a grain of sand. Look, if you want to get better at football, I can guarantee you, if you practice with Tom Brady, you would get better at football. And if you wanted to become the best in the world at toasting bread in a toaster, you'd probably hang out with someone who's weirdly good at toasting bread. My point is, trading is no different. Now, here's the part I wish someone told me on day one. If you want to become better at trading, it is super detrimental you surround yourself with profitable traders. Because if you were like me, you'll end up making the same mistake over and over, and there's nobody there to tell you what you're doing wrong. Which, if you're doing this, your learning curve will be very slow, and your first couple of years, you'll likely be losing money. Let me show you what actually changes your learning curve. When you're surrounded by good traders, you can show your chart, someone points out what you're missing, you're able to watch how other people think through a setup, and most importantly, you compress years of trial and error into weeks. There's a lot of ways to do this. You can go to trading conferences, trading competitions, networking, whatever it is, you need to do it. But for me, it was joining a trading community. For example, I have a Discord community with 50,000 people in it, and all of them are trying to do exactly what you're trying to do, become better at trading. What's nice about this is you can post your charts, ask questions, and see other people's ideas and strategies, but the main goal we focus hard on is how to think about trades, not just copy them. I have personally hired a team of 8 professional analysts in the Discord to do just one thing: share all of their trades that they personally take throughout the day, every single one, where they're entering, where they're exiting, and most importantly, you can see how they think about the trade itself, so you can see the process, not just the outcome. I myself even post every single trade I take in there as well. That $300,000 I made last year from trading, I shared every single trade I took in the Discord while getting to that point. But my biggest rule with this Discord is transparency. You see, we post a monthly performance report, and we post it no matter what the month looks like. If it's good, bad, ugly, it doesn't matter, we post it. This monthly report provides 2 things. 1, you get to see which analyst performs the best, and 2, it allows me to see if any analyst ever underperforms, so I can remove them from the group as a whole and cycle in better analysts to take their place. This keeps the quality of the trades super top tier. For example, this was our yearly report for 2025. We had one of our best years yet, with over 1,600 trades, a 77% win rate, and an average gain of 98%, which I'm super proud of. And don't just take my word for it. This Discord has genuinely helped lots of people, like these guys, these guys, them, and them. And here's some more. You don't have to join my community, but I'd at least recommend trying one, because the fastest way to get good is feedback from people who are already where you want to be. But if you want to check ours out, the link is in the pinned comments, and since you made it to the end of the video, I'd like to say thanks by giving you a discount code. I'll call it Toaster. See you next time.